Hey guys, welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot walkthrough on the Golfing Gamer. In the last part, we collected the final 5 relics from the main warp rooms, and now we are heading off to a secret warp room, which you may have noticed appeared after we collected the first 5 relics. But in order to go through each of these levels, you need to collect 5 relics for each. So the first level 5 all the way up to level 30, which is worth 25 relics for entry. But now we have those 25 relics, we can now complete these levels. We start off in Crazed, I believe. Might have got that wrong. Didn't pay attention before we came in. But here we go, we've got nice sloppy sunset as we take to the jet ski once more. And this is definitely the hardest level we have played so far on this jet ski. Although at this point, with the number of times I've done this, I've made it look a little bit easier than it actually is. As you can see, you've got to go between bombs more often, there's narrower gaps, and you've got to jump off ramps at weird angles, and as you can see I didn't nail that one. So, go back and try again, as I've done many times in this walkthrough. I'll get a second time round. Just again, keep your eye out, you never know where the boxes may be, and then you may have to go off the beaten track to find them. Although, actually this one isn't that bad. Reach our first checkpoint, however, and things are looking good. Make sure you do this jump, you do turn to the left quickly, otherwise you will just crash into the bomb on the other side. You have enough speed for that ramp, and also for this one. Otherwise again you'll just drop off and you will explode. I don't think the jet ski will explode and you'll be on it and you'll explode, and I suppose I was right the first time, wasn't I? Barely clipped that box without clipping the nitro crate. Yeah, I do this a bit carefully to make sure I don't get an unnecessary death. Just make that jump and hit another checkpoint. Got about a third of the boxes at this point. Definitely got a third at this point now, or more than a third. Being careful with the bomb again. There we go. Wait for these two to pass to the left and then grab the box on the way through. I notice at this point I am starting to run out of things to say without repeating myself. I should grab both those boxes though as I make that jump. Again, if you don't zoom too far through, otherwise you will just crash out. And as you can see with each ramp, it's getting harder and harder. The placement of nitro crates at the end of them, or on them. You also may notice there's quite a lot of them, so don't be disappointed if your box total is quite low as you get to the end, because a lot of nitro crates which you wouldn't have hit, and there's a green switch at the end, like in most levels, which take out a large majority of the boxes that are left when you get to it. Don't go too fast over that ramp, otherwise you will hit a bomb somewhere. There are plenty of them, and you don't want to do that. Look at that for skills. About 4 or 5 ramps in a row just perfectly executed, and they hit that green switch that I was talking about just now. Which leaves us with 6 more boxes to go, and then we have completed this ski level. I was about to say the final ski level, but of course that is not true. Plus we've got to come back in here anyway, so quite a bit of jet skiing to do still. And you've got to be careful here at the end. One more box to go as I just check. Just make sure I drift up to it carefully. I considered going through that gap between the 2 bombs, and then decided against it because I really want to die right at the end of the level. having not died up till this point. And there we go. That is what I hope is actually ski crazed. Yes, it was. Good. We pick up our first gem of this part. And there's going to be a few of them here because there are no more crystals to collect, so these levels offer gems as their main prizes, and this one doesn't come much bigger. We're going to finally get the yellow gem, the final colour gem of this game, and the fruit bazooka makes its return at long last. I haven't been using it because I've been doing time trials, but now we're collecting gems again, or collecting main collectibles. It's a bit harsh to the relics, but now we are collecting gems again, and no need to rush through the levels. I've got the fruit bazooka out once more, and I'm going to be using it to take out any enemy that crosses my path, wherever I can. Including the right in front of me. Yeah. Again, I do this carefully because I really want to avoid dying where I can. I'll take out the nitro here where I can as well. So I think it just then I can also take that nitro out as well, so I decided to go back and do that. Made that first jump a bit easier, but unfortunately you can't use it whilst you're bouncing, so unfortunately we can't take those nitro crates out, but no problem. I clear them quite easily. Get across these final two flying carpets, grab the yellow gem at long last, which we need to complete certain other things in this game. There we go. All the colour gems are finally in our possession. We come out of normal exit for that level. That's worth a crash dance as well because it is a colour gem, and that is the one per video for this video. I don't think I've done that for a while actually, only when I got a platinum relic did I do that. I suppose a few videos back, quite a few of them in one video. Anywho, we enter area 51. And this time we're not racing against cars. You can probably guess what we are racing by if you have seen anyone play this game before, or you read the name of the level as we came in. But yes, you can see up ahead now, we are racing against UFOs, unidentified flying objects, or flying saucers, whichever you prefer. And what makes this even more difficult is that they can float over objects, so they can just literally go as the crow flies along this track. Which, now said that out loud, doesn't make sense because going as the crow flies means going in a straight line. But I haven't got to worry about roadblocks or anything because they can just fly over them. Unlike us on our bike. So this would take me a few attempts to get right, and in fact I do believe I didn't get to the box gem and the race gem together. So I believe what we're watching right now is the race gem, because I believe I do miss a box at some point and decide, right, I'm going to go for the race gem instead. And that is what we're watching right now. You watch, I'll be wrong now, I bet it's the box gem. Having said that, we are... No, okay, it's not the box gem. So we are going for the race gem. Glad I cleared that up. I think at this stage, this is quite a hard race, so it probably is best to divide and conquer. Go for one gem, then go for the other. Unless you're really, really, really good at this game, then you can go for both. It does unfortunately mean you have to watch this race again, or you can just skip ahead. I wish you could still put timestamps in these videos. You can't so easily now. I could probably put it in the description. Yeah, I could probably do that, but and then requires scrolling down. But I mean, it's not a bad race. It's an enjoyable race to watch. Also, the fact that you're not racing when you're going for the box gem by itself means you can just take your time. Make sure you grab a single box. There we go. That's the race complete, and we get the gem for that. And we're going back in momentarily. I forgot about that, yeah. I found that little... I'm sure to call it a glitch or not, but as you just saw, you can jump through the portal again before it disappears if you're quick enough. So I'm kind of glad I did these individually, because I discovered that when I was failing the race badly, the race and the box gem, I discovered that, and I managed to catch it before I came in again to get this box gem. So I'm glad I could share that with all of you. You also may notice at this point it's hard to see what's coming up ahead, so another reason to take your time when getting the boxes. Again though, even though I was going for the boxes, I think this took me 2 or 3 attempts to get right. At least you just get to watch the final product though. The boosts are definitely the key though to getting both the race and box gem at the same time. You've got to control those. And I can't wait to come back in here for the time relic. That's going to be fun. I'm not a huge fan of the time relics in this game, but I suppose it does give the game more playability. Good job we're not racing, because that really was a crash out there. I do this a lot more towards the well, as we get towards the end game, I start to check the box count a lot more just to make sure I haven't missed anything, or just to see what I've got left. Yeah, pretty much gone to a stop there as I go around that corner, so I couldn't remember what came next. So make sure you hit every ramp in this level, because more often than not there's a ramp right in front of a hole. So yeah, make sure you hit those. Fortunately we come 4th, which, you know, I'd happily take. But we do get the box gem, which is what we came in for on this second run of it. And there we go, that's another gem in our account. Move on to level 4 of this walkthrough. And another one that may look familiar to you. Future Frenzy once more, and we can now go for both gems, the box gem and the one that you will just naturally find at the end of this path. It does unfortunately require some backtracking in the level though, and quite a lot of it. And it can take some time if you're not entirely sure what you're doing, which... can't be too careful. And unfortunately I probably was a bit too careful as I backtracked, but you get to see the level again, and you know we're going to get all the boxes this time. That's what we're doing it for. Just think it was a nice nostalgia tour. Some great aim there by me, but we reached the checkpoint. Also, there's a lot of backtracking in this level. You're going to come across checkpoints throughout the backtracking. It's up to you whether you hit them as you go backwards or if you leave them and hit them on the way back. But I'd recommend just hitting them as you go along, otherwise you will have a lot of stuff to do again if you did happen to die. But at the same time, you're going to take out all the enemies on your way back, so when you go forward, all you have to watch out for then is the gaps. Jump over the holes and you'll be fine. There we go, super secret path is done. To get across this gap, grab the gem, and we now head back to the main portion of the level. As I've already explained, we're already quite a way into it. I decided to leave this in because I am getting all the boxes, and I figure as part of a walkthrough, you should see what you have to do should you go for 105% or whatever it is in this game yourself. So yeah, you are going to see all the backtracking here. I do try and go as quick as I can though. Bearing in mind it's as quick as I can, not as quick as a speedrunner can. Does anyone actually speedrun this game 105%? I see a lot of any percent runs, people leave out the relics, but I've never really seen anyone do a speedrun of the whole game. Might have to take a while as well, probably must be at least 3 hours to do that. I'm not the biggest fan of those long speedruns like that. Games like Kingdom Hearts, which take about 6 hours. I mean, that's about half of our waking day, but no, it's not. We're awake for a bit longer than that. Means you only do one per day, though. I mean, I prefer games like, well, funny enough, Spyro the Dragon or the other Crash Bandicoot games, where you can actually run through the original versions of each in about an hour and a half, if you're that good. It takes me a bit longer. I think my record currently for Crash Bandicoot, original Crash Bandicoot, is original Spyro, sorry, is 3.5 hours. The world record currently is 1 minute 23 something. I'm not planning to beat that anytime soon, or really ever plan to beat it. Don't think I can do that. There's a lot of mechanics I need to learn to get better at that. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I thought I'd fill the void as we head backwards here. Very slowly. Oh god. We're almost there though. A few more boxes to pick up. You may recognise this from a recent episode when we ran through it quite quickly. These are where the 3 1-second crates where I did the turbo spin across. And I managed to grab 2 of them, I believe. I do need to start streaming at some point. I started streaming earlier this year, but I always had an issue with the game audio. But we're just going to head back to where we were now, since we managed to make it all the way back. But yeah, I was having issues with the game audio, so you'd have me on the microphone as we've got right now, and the gameplay looks fine, the game footage looks fine. For some reason, I rarely got any game audio, and I have no idea why. As soon as I get that fixed, I will start streaming again. I would like to get back to streaming. I mean, I can actually link my Twitch channel in these videos as well. That'd be nice. Again, at this point, this is all going to seem familiar, as we've gone through this level twice recently. Let's toggle everything properly though, so no invincibility to take those TNT crates out. Oh, and the bonus room, we didn't do that last time, did we? Because there was no reason to. So this is new. For this walkthrough at least. As you can see, you have to have a little bit of advice to help you through this now. Even though I'm pretty sure we've had the double jump for quite a while at this point, we should know when and how to use that at this point. Turbo spin not so much, because it doesn't have many uses beyond when I use it in the time trials. It's very handy for me there, but other than that, you just use it to traverse gaps when you can. Like this. This is the only time it's really required in the game. Let's add some fun with this bit. So I was trying to aim for the second box, but didn't quite get enough distance to it, so I ended up landing on the first box, somehow staying alive. Got a bit lucky there, because I didn't expect to splat on the floor just then. I was a little bit out of control there, but managed to regain it just about. So there we go, that's the bonus room done. And again, fruit bazookas out to take out the enemies up ahead. I definitely appreciate having that in the game. It takes all the unpredictability out of trying to spin an enemy, time a spin correctly. And you can just stand back and watch the fireworks. There you go again. And amazing, it doesn't cost you any one per fruit. You just seem to have an unlimited supply of them, despite the fact that you only seem to hold 99 or 100 at a time. I used the fan to hit that first box and then just toe spin across to take out the other two. I'd recommend it, otherwise you might fall short of the other side. There we go, we've reached the end of Future Frenzy, and we will never have to come back here again now. Despite the fact there's a green switch at the end for the nitro, I took out all the nitro on the way through, so I didn't need to spin that box at the end, but I just did it for completionist's sake. But hey, that's 4 levels done in the secret warp room, and that leaves 1 more to go. And this is... it's not unique per se. I think it combines 2 types of level we've had throughout the game in a unique way. As you'll see in a minute, we enter Rings of Power. As you can see, we are back in Crash's biplane, and this time we are racing. We're racing other biplanes. There are 2 gems up for grabs in here. We've got a box gem, and we've got 1 for winning the race, which obviously you have to finish first, and you have to go through each of these rings. If you don't do all 2 of those things, sorry. All 2. If you don't go through all the rings and beat the other planes to the finish line, you don't win the race. Also, I'm not doing it yet, but you have to press X as you go through the rings, so you do a barrel roll as you go through, and that gives you more speed. That's how you catch up to the planes in this. But we'll get to that momentarily, because again, having tried for ages to try and get both gems in the same run, I failed miserably, so I decided to just grab the boxes, and as you can probably tell at that point, as I missed that ring, grab the boxes first and then focus on winning the race. What makes this difficult is the turning on the plane, in the plane, isn't particularly good, so you can't just rush your way through, because the faster you go, the more out of control you are. You have to try and time your barrel rolls correctly. Do it on the straights, so you don't go flying off in a random direction when you try and turn. But we'll see that in a minute. Yeah, I was never going to win this race, was I? There's another box. There we go, finish line's in sight. I just missed the nitro. Definitely a good job on the speed running this, otherwise I would have failed miserably. There we go, get the box gem. And the level just seems to come to an abrupt halt there as you go through the final ring. There you go, 1 gem down, just got the race gem to get now. And then at a later stage the time relic, but for now just the race gem. I'm sure I'm going to have some fun with that time relic as well. There we go. Press X just as you go through the ring and you will get the speed boost you need to catch up to the planes. And I'm not doing it through quite a lot of these rings, because it turns out you do need to get a speed boost from most of them if you're going to catch up to the leading plane. Anyway, this video is about done. We're going to get this final gem, any minute now, so I'm going to be saying my goodbyes here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification icon so as not to miss out on future uploads. Again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I will see you later.